Super.
We're good.
Okay. Would you like to say something behalf of ICUDDR, or is it better when I will start?
You can go ahead and start.
Okay, super. Okay. And maybe a very simple question to all of you. Are you ready to start?
Yeah.
Okay, super. Maybe super. Maybe if I would like to ask you for muting your microphones for sure, and using the microphone only when you will speak, it will be much better, and we will reduce noisy and the mess in our communication. And yes, let's start. Good morning. I don't know if what's your time, and it's probably not so terrible as our normal communication with colleagues from Asia or from US. The time shift is relatively small. It means good morning, good afternoon to all of you, and I'm really glad that I can welcome you on our ICUDDR webinar focused on prevention online course. We will start with very simple introduction to this webinar and our goals and some technical aspects. But maybe first of all, I would like to thanks to ICUDDR for managing this webinar and creating this space and this time and technical aspects for doing this work. And that's my special thanks to my colleagues from ICUDDR. And at the same time, I would like to introduce you with my colleagues, with people from my team. Helena Fialova, she is online and you can see her. And Helena is our colleague who is focused on prevention and long-term practitioner, more than 10 years, if I could remember this number. And at the same time, Helena is not only a prevention practitioner, he's also a prevention researcher, and right now she's doing her PhD on this online training course. It means that this testing evaluation project where you are participants, it's her part of her PhD program, PhD study. My second colleague is Roman Gabrhelik, associated professor from my team, and who is my deputy for science. And he's, I think that I can say that he's in the role of father of this online training, and the construction and the content of this online course was developed especially by him, and it's especially his work. If I can ask you for saying very short introduction, a couple of words about you, and especially if you can mention how long you work in prevention and how intensive is your experience with prevention programs, and what is your job if you are academics or practitioners from the field. And if you can say a couple of words about you and introduce you. Maybe at the same time, it will be very important to us what is correct pronunciation of your names. That's a little bit difficult to me and to my colleagues, and you makes our life a little bit easier if you will help us with correct pronunciation. Okay, who would like to start? I have a, yep. I see on my list the first participant, Abdullahi. Is it correct, Abdullahi? Probably no. Okay. Are you willing to say a couple of words about you and introduce you to us? Abdullahi, can you hear me? If no, can you start? I hope that I have a correct pronunciation. Anielva. Can you hear me, or is it something wrong in our technical communication?
I can hear you. I'm not sure if Abdullahi might be having issues.
Okay, if
Otherwise,
anybody,
I believe we can hear you.
yeah, thanks, thanks for confirmation.
Yeah.
I lost my assurance that it's all right. Is it anyone who is willing and able to start and introduce yourself?
Well, I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah,
You
very
can hear
clearly.
me?
Hello.
Anya Lewa. Ajonye. I'm a lecturer in the Department of Psychology, Benue State University, Makurdi. I've been in the department for almost 10 years. And there are courses that we teach that are related to substance and also finding ways of preventing from taking. These courses are undergraduate courses. I also lecture, in the postgraduate courses, and there are also courses that are just on substance use, on drug addiction. And so, it depends on the model, and then you now can apply them. There's also a professional course run by the department, Masters in Health Management. This course avails people who are in management positions, nurses, medical doctors, in fact, health-related, those who are in health-related profession, to upgrade themselves from time to time. Subjects on drug addiction and also policies taught in the professional course. Also, we, in terms of intervention, we're looking forward to launching forth a program health psychology, a first degree course, and we have planned to a lot of courses on health, drug related courses are there. It is very relevant. Personally, I also do a community work with young people, teenagers precisely. And the organization, the community organization is called Teens for Better Initiative. And, dealing with young people, you also have to have issues that are, hello? Issues related to health, drug use, drug abuse. And so it's a cogent issue. It is a topical issue because young people are getting involved in drugs, and on a daily basis they are exposed. And so this cause is actually very relevant.
Super. Thank you, Anielva. Thanks so much. Anybody will proceed?
Okay. Okay. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
We have two people working. Enduka, can you proceed?
Professor Shinawo? Professor Shinawo is on the line. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but can you make your microphone a little bit, the volume, to add some volume?
Okay, sir. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's better.
I'm Professor Novo. I'm a professor of psychology and coordinator of graduate MSc clinical psychology and PhD. I am a national trainer with UPC. I have trained in UPC core curriculum and the track. I have reviews and as in treatment of SUDs. Courses in our undergraduate and postgraduate, where we teach substance use and psychopathology. Thank you. Have you heard me?
Okay, super. Yeah, thank you, Professor.
Okay.
So this
Okay.
is very useful.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you. Induka,
Thank
will you
you.
proceed?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I am Desmond Ono. I'm a lecturer in the Department of Psychology, University of Nigeria, Soka. I am also a researcher in the area of substance use and also health quality of life. I actually teach psychopharmacology that has to do with science of drug and its effect on behavior, and also psychology of substance abuse, part of the course that I also teach here in UNN, and part of my research in the area of substance use, at least the last one that was just accepted 2 days ago for publication by Journal of Substance Use. The publication process is ongoing now by Taylor and Francis. It's talking about adverse childhood experience and tramadol abuse among sub-Saharan sample of youth, the mediating role of social sexuality, that is what they call sexual promiscuity. That's the last one that I just did that was just accepted for publication 2 days ago by Journal of Substance Use. So I actually have keen interest in the area of substance abuse, and I'm still researching. I still have other topics I'm still working on towards publications. I think most of my work can be found in the Google Scholar. If you put in my name there, that's the much experience I've had with issue related to drug addictions and prevention. Thank you.
Super. Thank you.
Yeah.
Who would like to proceed? Yeah. Yeah, please. There is probably some problem with connection. Doris, it's you who is trying to say something. Yep.
Probably not supposed to show me. only show them.
Thank you. We have many interruptions, but something was possible to catch. Okay. Thank you, Doris. Who is able to proceed, please, with brief introduction? Yeah, Abdullah, his hands is raised. Yeah, Abdullah, please.
Yes, Abdullahi Bashir Idris from Nasarawa State, Nigeria. I am a in the psychology, specifically current and implications on our socio-political life. And as a contending issue, specific area I am from, substance abuse have dwelled into our socio-economic life. It has become and the resultant if substance affected impeded children's education, as well as increased the high rate of crime and other forms of criminalities in our region. So, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you hear me?
Yeah, you have some interruptions,
So,
but we can hear
well,
you. Oh, and we probably lost Abdullahi.
Hello?
Oh, that's a pity.
Hello?
Okay,
Hello?
we will wait for Abdullahi if he's able to reconnect. Probably not. Ekpyong, can you proceed, please? I see you that you turn on your microphone, please. Ekpyong, can you proceed, please?
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Good evening. Yeah, I am Dr. Ekpenyong Terunseven, a lecturer in the Department of Sociology, Niger Delta University. Oh. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Niger Delta University, Bayelsa State. I have interest in the area of substance abuse, and I've published many papers. Yeah.
Thanks so much. And who is able to proceed, please? We are in second half, but still we have people who didn't introduce themselves. Okay, if there is no another people who are able to introduce themselves, okay, let's proceed to the second point of today's session. Before Roman lecturing and his presentation, I just would like to summarize what is the main purpose of the first session. You are, as a group, you are testing group where we would like to try another delivery model for online training program called INEP. Professor Gabrhelig will introduce you with this online training and principles and basic structure of this training. But the core issue for our work for this webinar is how to deliver this training program. And we originally based this training on fully automatic principles. It means that original training is possible to proceed without any guidance. It's fully automatic online system what will navigate you through the system, and you can pass through with any necessary guiding by teacher or trainer. But we would like to speak with you and base this webinar on another model, what is a hybrid model combining the real teacher, the real trainer with the online system. We believe that it can be much more effective for students, and at the same time we need to know how is possible to train teachers on universities and trainers on training institutes for using this online training system in-app. It means that you will be as the first group where we would like to test how is possible to explain and train people in using this online automatic system. And Roman, in his presentation, will introduce you with the system, and Helena will speak about evaluation and other components of this webinar, how it will be organized and other aspects. Okay, Roman, may I ask you for your presentation and saying a couple of words about the system and this webinar from your perspective? Thank you. You have muted microphone. If you can turn on with microphone.
Oh, really? Wonderful. So this is the magic. It is not the first time I'm using this, but it's funny. Beginner's mistake. So do you see my presentation?
Yes, yes.
Wonderful. I don't know if it's going to be a couple of words. It may be a little bit longer than that, but I would like to welcome you all to this webinar, and we will be seeing each other quite often for a few months. And for us, it is important to say that Michal has mentioned that you're the testing group, but at the same time, you have the privilege to be among the first ones who will receive such information, and you will be among the first ones who will be able to work with INEP and getting no INEP training, but also having opportunity to use INEP in their environments. So it means, and I will talk about that much more in detail in a little bit, but you can use this online content in your work with either students or trainees during the lifelong learning and so on. So we have two perspectives, and one perspective is you as a trainee and you as a trainer who can use INEP. And I guess that this is the most important thing, and this dichotomy in this webinar bill will be very much present and prevalent in our discussions. So what INEP stands for? It stands for Introduction to Evidence-Based Prevention. So this is the full title of the online training. It is based on Moodle platform that is hosted by the Charles University, our institute. And it consists of 10 e-learning lectures that actually give about and about is really important. About 40 hours of training. It depends on how long time the student or trainee spends with INEP. All materials are in English, and as you can hear, our English, it is not the perfect English. So if something is voiced over, it's usually done by English native. This is quite crucial, I guess. I don't know if you are familiar with what ECT credit means, but it's basically how our courses are being given credit based on how complex the education is, and if you use it or if you work with that by any means, it has 3 ECT credits. We can get back to it later on. Once the course is completed, the person receives a certificate of completion. And this is one of the proofs that the student actually received or completed the course. I guess that most important information of what I'm going to say or what I'm saying right now is that INEP is really relying on information that are globally recognized in prevention and are backed by science. So it means that we're trying to deliver only that information that is really researched. You can see proof of evidence, and we are trying to propose such direction in our prevention work. What is important, it is that this course has 40 hours, and one of you has already mentioned that you are already graduates of UPC Universal Prevention Curriculum. So you know that it's quite huge and complex training module. And this is only 40 hours. So what I'm really insisting on is that let's keep in mind that this is just the introduction. So it is a condensed form of UPC training, the huge UPC training model. It is free of charge. So you as a trainee or you as a teacher or trainer who further promotes INEP and use INEP in your work, nobody has to pay, either you or your students or your trainees. Also, what is good, we have scheduled webinar at this time, certain date. The course, the INEP online course, can be people can log in anytime, any day, and basically they can take 2 lectures or two sessions in once if it's needed. It's not recommended, but if it's needed, it can be done like that. So it's quite flexible, and there are very low threshold barriers, or it's low threshold or easy access training. I'm saying here in the slide that you can start whenever you want or whenever you want them to start, and this is what I have already indicated, that who is you and who is them, and we will we'll get back to it in a little bit. So I have already said that it's free of charge. Nobody needs to pay a single dime, but at the same time, there is a little payoff we ask from you, and it is that we want a little bit of your time to take a pre and post test evaluation form, or answer a few questions. And this is something that we will use for further development of INAP, because we believe that INAP is a living form of training or education. And as information evolve, as new information come, we also want to reflect these trends and include new findings, new information that will further lead our work. All you need is to register by filling few simple information, and we will go through that. Then you can just track your progress and work towards the certificate of completion. So, what is INAP? I'm very much sure that some of you or all of you know the UPC acronym. So it's the Universal Prevention Curriculum. Maybe a little bit less of you know UPC Adapt, and you already know INAP. So what do I mean by this? Maybe you have met this person already, maybe not. Maybe you have seen her in pictures. Maybe this is the first time you see this woman, a wonderful woman. It's Zili Sloboda, and she is basically one of the leading author of the training series. You can see the booklet on the right side of the screen, and she has created with her colleagues awesome and robust training course that is wonderful, but at the same time a little bit harder to deliver to some target groups, especially with the current epidemiological situation. And as many things are moving online, we can move with at least the theory online. And we just believe that if the most possible number of people receive at least the introductory training in prevention, it will still improve the field of prevention. But it doesn't make you a prevention professional to receive just the introduction. You have to study more. And this is not the INAP course, but this is basically some subsequent activities, including not just building the knowledge base, but also acquiring skills and competence that are needed for good prevention work. So the European version of the UPC was created that was condensed already. And this was done thanks to the UPC Adapt project. There were many countries from Europe involved. We were part of it. And our work was to contribute to this handbook. You will use that during INAP. It was called somehow else. You can see it here, a European something, and then it's covered by another new version. We will tell you where to download it. We will tell you how to work with it, but this will be something that you will be referred to quite often. So it is a condensed form of the UPC curriculum. We were, the Charles University, we were responsible for creating and developing e-presentations based on the content of the UPC or the handbook. So you will see in INAP how presentations that are voiced over, and that basically are helping you to learn new information. So this is what was created as part of the UPC Adapt project. And one important thing also happened as part of the UPC Adapt project, and it was that we evaluated the content and the ways how we delivered it. I mean, the e-learning or e-lectures, the e-presentations. So this is, again, a proof that we are really interested in how things are being delivered. And we are really interested in evaluation, and evaluation is one of the lectures. It's basically creating the evidence for us to know that and informing us on what we are doing, and if we are doing it right. So why such training? There is a very important thing. You may be part of the, let's say, or you may be involved in some ministries or some health authorities, institutions, but at the same time, most of you are from the education or academia field. You may be active in actually working with people like children or parents, the target groups of prevention. So these are on the right side. The people from ministries, from city and from the municipalities, they are on the left side, and they are creating, they have money and they can support. They can support those who are in the field. But these two groups need to communicate, and these two groups need to talk the same language. So this is why we target individuals. It means you, me, her, him, and the left side is represented by decision makers, opinion leaders, policy makers. But at the same time, we need to target students and educate them, prevention practitioners who are already in the field, but perhaps they are missing some information, prevention coordinators. And you just think of the various professions or people who would profit from INAP. So it's the individuals who are interested in learning more, but they have to self-enroll. There is them. And it means that we have students in universities. We have trainees in trainings that, for example, receive complex training, but the training is run by somebody else. And the somebody else may be you. So if you introduce INAP to your students, and if you incorporate it in your training or in your education, in your teaching, you all can profit. You save time, and at the same time, you can actually sorry. You can actually deliver up-to-date information, and you can make it easier for on your students as they can study online, for example. So let's begin, and I'm gonna speed up. We have INAP. INAP has 10 lectures or 10 sessions. It depends how you want to call it. And I don't want to spend much time on the content, but this is just to show you that it has various themes. It consists of online presentations that are based in Adobe Presenter. So it looks like this, for example, voiced over. You can go back and forth, and you can also read the notes and so on. Then there are reading materials. So some of them are compulsory, some of them are additional reading, and and we also work with the UPC handbook. So this is something basically has similar information in the presentations as in the UPC. There are recorded live talks. So you can basically just play a YouTube video with a theme that is related or topic that is related to what we talk about in INEP. There are quizzes just to not only to get feedback on what have you learned, but also to, for example, have different way of how to learn new information. So if you answer wrong, it doesn't mean that you will not pass. It will just inform you what is the correct answer. So you can learn by taking a quiz as well. And there are online tests after each lecture or session. And there is a final test that leads to a certificate. This is how the test looks like. And the certificate is basically something that can be of honor to the trainee, to the student that already passed the whole INEP. But at the same time, it can inform you as a teacher, as a trainer, that this person has passed the course. What is important is that little note on the left side, very last line. It says syllabus available. So basically, what we have and what we are able to give to you right away is syllabus. It means the structure of the INEP. So you can use it and make a part of your training, or you can create your own course or based on that, or you can just incorporate parts of INEP to your course and so on. We will talk about that later on. So how to? You will receive that link, so you don't have to copy it or write it down right now. So this is the link. You just put in the web browser. This is the page you will get to. Once you hit enter, this is what you will see, and you will have to go down where it says continue. You just push continue. This is your first time here, okay? And if you are if you came here for the first time, you have to create new account. So it's at the very bottom of the page. You create an account. If you are coming back and program remembers you or the computer remembers you, fine. But usually you have to log in using your email and password that you will set up when creating the account. Once you push the button create new account, you will get to this page. You have the username and password. This is your personal identificator. And then we need to know your email address because we can communicate with you. You have to rewrite your email. First name, surname, city, country. You have to understand and agree with the policy agreement. And you create your account. And voila. That's basically it. You're in INEP already. And you just start by clicking on let's start. So it's very simple, quite low threshold thing to do. And that's basically all from my side. And of course, we will be going through this many times, and we will discuss most of the things several times, such as who is you, who is them, you as a trainee, you as a trainer, and we will also have a chance to talk about the content itself. So thank you for your attention, and I hope it was helpful. And I'll just leave my word to Michał.
Okay, super. Thanks so much, Roman. As you can see, this is the basic introduction, what we will work on. And at the same time, don't worry if you didn't catch something in his presentation. We are recording this session and you can check it again and look at it again whenever. And at the same time, as Roman mentioned before, we will speak about all of these issues again and again, because this training is based on this information, how to use this automatic system and how to adapt this system into your university, into your courses on your university, and how is possible to deliver this system into your students or into your trainees in your training institutions. So we have a time for a couple of words about evaluation, and Helena will prepare herself for this presentation. As Roman mentioned before, it's very important to search and to have evidence what we are doing and what's the result of our work, because we usually say that something is evidence-based, something is research-based, and we are using these words for everything and every time, but sometimes it's not so clear what does it really mean. And sometimes it's not so easy to say that something is really evidence-based, because some qualitative evaluations and some small testings are not enough for saying if something is really effective and something is safe for students, for kids, or for us. It means that it's continual process to improve our evidence, to bring the evidence that something is safe and something is effective. It means, for instance, that you are third group who are as a test, who are participants on the test. It means that we have two other evaluations behind, two other evaluations what are done, but it's not enough to say what delivery model is the best, what the delivery model is the most effective, and we need to have a better evidence about this system and how to deliver this system effectively to you and to your students or trainees. Okay, Helena, are you prepared, and can you start with your presentation?
Yes, I am.
Please.
I will share. Hello, everybody, and I will share. I don't know if it's this one. Oh, this is the agenda. But maybe start with just quick the agenda, or I will continue with. But wait. No. Which one you see?
Evaluation.
Yeah?
Evaluation, Helena. Yeah, evaluation of INEP.
Okay. Now, evaluation of INEP. Why we do this? It's provide the curriculum that reflects the trends and international education, and especially training in evidence-based prevention. And we focus to the latest knowledge and information in the field of prevention. And it's intended to be in this, because we would like to focus to share with others and show the latest information, because from our side it's the necessary, and this is what we mean the evidence base. It means once the new information but of course to make an evaluation study that if our program will really do what we think to give you the information and improve your knowledge or skills. This is also that find weak or strong points of the online content, because nowadays more and more online courses goes to online and our contact is online as well, and we would like to identify what is weak and then the other side what is strong points, and we can to build on these strong points, and the results of the study will provide researchers information necessary for improvement of the online course, its format, content, and other. And another what is good for you and for the participations, because of this the course is free of charge, and we for this include evaluation study. Now just for that you can have a view, we have informed consent in the evaluation that you already read all the information. And what is inside? Inside it's 3 types of thematic areas. The first is one-time demographic data. It is only in the beginning of the course, and we collected only what we decided that it's really necessary to know. And then there are pre-tests and post-tests that are focused on skills and attitudes, and this test we will compare from pre to post, that we will see if there are some progress or changes in your skills and attitudes. And at the end, there is also a short questionnaire, because we are focused on the user and environment and fidelity. And we would like to know if to be a part of the, you will be successful, and if you find everything easily and on. Here you can see there is the questions about demography. You can see we don't ask so much. We just ask a couple of questions, and the reason is because the course is open for everybody, and we would like to see if somebody works 1 year in the field of prevention or more than 10 years. There will be the differences, and so on. Now, this is the pre and post evaluation that you can, most of its questions, what do you think, or if you agree with some following statements, and how confident do you think you would feel, and then there are another questions of this, and that's not so much. And this is in the end, it's short questionnaires that we would like to know about enjoyment of the lecture and about the content, about if you misdirect or what about the quality asking the quizzes or of narration, that it's really focus for the technical and content things. And that's it with the evaluation. We try to not to make so many questions. I hope so that maximum for everybody it's just for all of the that I hope that it's not so much for every participants, and everybody can just to fill it and not to be bored or something like this. I don't know if you have any questions. No questions?
I see no hands raised. So you can probably proceed to the second presentation, Helena.
Okay. Okay, and here we will just go all of the through sessions that you will see. We are really closely to the end of the first session. And in this session, both Michael, Roman, and me, there is the point that you can see. But in the end, we will have for you homework as well. And one is to download the ebook and look inside. That there is the link. The ebook sits on website of European Monitoring Center for Drug and Drug Addictions. And the second, it's fill the short questionnaire. Don't worry, we will send you this presentation and this website. You will know.
I just sent. Sorry, Helena, I interrupt you. I just sent the second link to questionnaire. I just sent it to all of you in the chat room. You have this link and you can see it on the chat. Sorry, Helena, for interrupting you.
Okay, it's good to know. Okay, the second is the November 18th, and there will be opening session by Michael. Then Roman will tell you about the components of the online course step by step, and then Roman will tell you more about lesson 1 and lesson 2. And in the end, there will be again the questions and comments. In the session 3 on December 2nd, again, of course, we will have an opening session, not just to skip to start to talk. Then I will have for you the lesson number 3 and lesson number 4. And again, the time for you. Our fourth session, the 16. And then you can see there is 3 lessons, lesson number 5, 6, and 7, that we will go through this lesson more deeply to show you, but show you more about this and talk with you about more data. Number 5 session on January 6th again, and opening session. And then Roman and me, we will talk about lesson number 8, lesson number 9, and lesson number 10. After this, preparing for final test, exam, questions and comments. And the last session, session number 6, January 20th, that Michael will talk with you and feedback on final test and evaluation and some closing remarks that you can see that we are interested about your feedback and what do you think, because we hope that through this time we will show you something and as well through the course. Yeah, and
super, excellent. Thank you, Helena. When I will summarize it very briefly, the first link is for downloading the textbook, and the textbook is on EMCDDA website, And it is your first step, and please do it as soon as possible, because you will use and you will need this textbook for everything. The textbook is not part of the system, and this textbook is the core material what you need for passing through the system and use this training program. The downloading is for free. And the training system is also for free. It means there is no necessary to be worried about the price, about the money, and entire system is for everybody who will try and who is interested in prevention education and do go through the system and be trained. That's important. And the second step, please, is the link what I sent to you on the chat. And you can find this link, and please fill in the form and use this information about you to Helena and to Roman for the evidence and doing evaluation of this training. This is the first steps what are necessary and what is good to have it and do it within next days. We have a second session on Wednesday, November 18th. There is good to be to have a registration into the system. I'm going back to Roman's presentation. And please do this checking before the next session, and please look at the system and try to be oriented before the next session. That's very important, and it's necessary to have your feedback that everything is all right and that you have your registration done and successfully done, and the system is accessible for you. That's necessary for the next sessions. Is it everything enough clear and understandable to all of you, or do you need some help or better explanation what is good to do step by step? It looks that everything is clear. Hopefully.
I think it's
yeah,
clear.
Please.
Hello.
I think it's clear, but
it's clear.
I want to ask a question.
Please.
Where are we getting the link from? Is it on the evaluation where we were taught on evaluation, or if you think it's, or don't you think that it will be nicer to give us, a step by step, if that will help us? Because from where we found we should register, it was in the area of evaluation.
Yeah. Roman, can you react, please?
Yes, I can. So basically, Michal has sent the Google form. It's the link that goes forms GLE whatever. Can you see it in the conversation? This is something that we didn't get a chance, or you didn't get a chance to introduce yourself. You all didn't get a chance to introduce yourself. Some of you did, some of you didn't. At the same time, it will help us to make sure who we are talking to. So if we will find that all of you are from academia, we will not pay attention to NGO sector or whatever. At the same time, we will send you the link to INAP. INAP already has inbuilt the evaluation pre and post. So it's part of INAP already. So there is no other link. Once you are registered to INAP, it will just lead you through the pre and post evaluation, post at the very end, of course. And last thing, there is the book, the UPC handbook to download. But you don't have to download it right away if you don't want to, because INEP will lead you as well to download it because it's part of the content. So you can download it, you can try. Michal has suggested this to prevent you from, if you face any problems, we can help in the next session, but you don't have to. So 2 links. One is the Google form. It's about you and informing us. And then there is going to be the INEP link. We will send it after the end of this webinar. And you just follow the instructions, nothing else. Okay, is that clear?
And
Thank you.
And at the same time, I just made it for sure. You will receive everything again. Don't worry. We will send the emails to all of you and you will receive all these links again. But for sure, in chat, you can find the first link for Google Form. It's for your introduction and evaluation of this webinar. And the second link, what I just added and what is in your chat again, is the link for check-in the INEP. It means it's direct check-in to INEP system. 2 links. You can find both links in your chat room, in your chat from today's session, and you will receive again for sure in your emails what you will receive by Jessica or by Carrie, but don't worry, you will receive it all right. Both links again. Yep.
It's okay.
Super.
It's okay.
Any other questions?
It looks like Abdullahi has his hand raised.
Abdullah, do you have a question or comment?
He might be having connection problems.
Yeah. Looks like this.
Other than that, I don't see any others.
Okay, in the meantime, I would like to use this time when Abdullah will try to reconnect. Don't worry, we have enough time, and the system is fully automatic. It means that you can do it whenever, and what is only necessary is to check yourself in time for this webinar. It means that you have everything available and accessible whenever after checking into the INEP system. But please don't miss these webinars, because on these webinars we will speak how to use it and how to train your students or trainees in this system and how to use it for your work. But don't worry, we have enough time. We have 3 months for this webinar, and it means that don't be under pressure and stress that you missed something. We can repeat it again next time and clarify it. I see Abdullah that he's online. Abdullah, do you have any question or comment? Probably no. Any other questions, or what is necessary to clarify? Okay, it looks that we are done, that we finished all presentations what we had on the plan for today webinar. If there is no other comment or questions, I see no hands raised up. Oh, okay. Thanks so much for your time, and hopefully it was clear that we were clear for you. And at the same time, we are at the beginning, and as Roman and Helena mentioned in the context of their presentations, that's bottom line for developing this online training. And at the same time, we we want to be sure that the training is enough quality and enough homogeneous, and that's understandable how to use it. And that's the purpose, and that's the goal what we have and what we try to follow. At the same time, that's first time that some component, some training based on UPC, Universal Prevention Curriculum, is fully online, and it means that we have no enough experiences with these delivery models, and that's the reason why we have to do evaluations again and again, because that's totally different style of work when we have a fully automatic system and online training instead of face-to-face training, where you have enough time, enough space for speaking with people, with training, with observing people and their reactions. And that's totally different approach. And we want to be sure that that's all right and that's understandable, and that we can use this delivery model to our students and colleagues and trainees into our programs. Okay, thanks so much for your time today, and hopefully everybody will be all right and available for the next webinar on November 18th. And please take care, and thanks so much for your time, and see you again in 2 weeks. Thank you and goodbye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, Jessica, for your help and support.
Of course. Should have Carrie back next time.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.
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 Yeah.